Okay, here's a story. It's all from the same time, 1954. The Rebbe said like this, once they came to Lubavitch, a Yid, and he says to the Rebbe Rashab like this, what's the kunst to sit in Lubavitch, closed in the Cheder, and be a Ehrlich Yid, a devout Jew? It's not a kunst. It's to go to Petersburg and then not sin. That's an accomplishment. And he continues, that's not enough either. It's to go into a theater in Petersburg with open eyes and then not to sin. That's an achievement. But that's not enough. It's to go into the theater and be close to the stage where the players, the actors are acting and then not sin. That's a big achievement. And so he continued his list. And the Rebbe said, you can understand already where it ended. That's how such a cheshbon can bring a person into the greatest shel tachtas, the greatest depth. Now the Rebbe's commentary, he said like this. This is 1954, friends. So likewise, television. You know, in America, and again, you have to understand, even in Lubavitch there today, Chassidic home has a television. But in those days, I just want you to know, it's even the mentality of the Orthodox world and the Lubavitch world. You've come to America, you've got to be a mensch. Everybody has a television. How do you not have a television? So the Rebbe said like this, that even if you want that they should watch the kids only an appropriate program that you could look at. But how can parents be guaranteed that the children will look at another program that one shouldn't look at? And especially when the kids see that the parents watch TV, so they can certainly watch these programs. And especially the Rebbe adds that here in America, children don't listen so much to their parents. You're going to tell them you can only watch this, we can't watch something else. It doesn't work here. You know, like the Rebbe once told, I forgot what it was, the American Jew, you can't tell him to do anything, but you can inspire him to do everything. If it comes from within him and he takes ownership, then there's no limit. Potential is far greater than the old European mentality. That's just as an aside. In general, Jewish leadership, when they came to America, it was all a very defeatist attitude. The language was, the stones in America are treif. That was the vernacular of the Torah world. But the Rebbe saw tremendous potential in the American Jew. To tell him what to do, nothing, but inspire him far beyond anything we've seen till now. So here he's saying also, tell the kids you can't watch. Doesn't work. And who can be a guarantee that even the parents themselves are not going to, themselves slip and slide, ending up who knows where. So they were saying there, on the one hand, we have to be out there in the world. We're not afraid of technology, etc., etc. But at the same time, it has to be very, especially the children, we have to be very clear, very protective of the boundaries, not to be crossed. I think I told you this recently, that once that's in place, then you can go out there and use it and not be afraid of it. First has to be the clear knowledge. We want to be in the world of Kedusha. That's the foundation. The world of Kedusha, pure, uncompromised holiness. Almost extreme. And then, so empowered, then the world is all Hashem's and everything can be used. You're in a position of inner strength to be able to use technology in the world and all of it, to be able to use it in Kedusha. I mentioned this the other day. Like for 6 generations, Chabad was kind of defined by its transcendence. The typical chassid was the one, the whole day Shabbos he was davening, he came home, never mind guests. Like, what do you have guests? He's davening the whole day b'avodah. And thereby, I just want to tell you, Rebbe changed this. Changed it. It was a famous letter that Rebbe sent to the Kvar Chabad. Now, Kvar Chabad, to begin with, is a very isolated, enclave of Chassidus. He writes a famous letter that he's not happy he got reports that the Chassidim are bringing every Shabbos And they're coming home, and they're bringing good stuff. I mean, it's all big mashpiyim there. This was the real deal. And they would come home late in the days, and the family would have the Shabbos meal on their own. And the Rebbe writes like this. Even, he says, from time to time, yes. Go out of Agmolis, but every Shabbos is not a Seder. Go home, the Rebbe said, and pray with your wife and children. And tell them about whatever. Share stories. So that's where it started, this. Now is the time to, you read stories of Chassidim I used to wonder, who went to Lubavitch for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 7 years. With the wife and kids. Never mind their hometown. But that had to be in the beginning. The beginning had to be this kind of extreme, Ein Eid Mulvado, by closing your eyes, the Shema Yisrael. But we're not holding by Shema Yisrael, we're holding by Aleinu L'Shabeya. This is the end of Shachris. We're at the end of the whole Avodah. And now it's by Yemo Hashem Echad Shmei Echad. The whole world says Gedula. The whole world should know Elikus. If you daven the Shema Yisrael, now you can say the Aleinu will go out in the world. So historically, our world, our Tkufa is the Aleinu L'Shabeya. You should know Aleinu was very precious to them. You could see it was a special kavonin because that's our generation. That's the final prayer, the final step. So again, but it only works if it's the emes of Shema Yisrael. And historically, 6 generations of Chassidus and pure Likus. Now, Eidad Mulvadai, the world's not a Mitzias. Now you can take it and use it and becomes a vehicle to express that very truth. Have a wonderful day and see, God willing, everybody, if you're able to come, 7 o'clock on Shabbos. Yankee, you're in town this week?
Yeah, Bezrat Hashem, yes.
Oh, you are? Very good. Okay, I might send a little WhatsApp text to 1 or 2 of you to share something at the Fabrengen for a few minutes. We'll see. Already asked Arden Smith, whose birthday is Yud Tammuz. He'll be sharing a few words. And it'll be nice if others do as well, so I won't have time to do that. Have a wonderful day, everybody.